On a chilly December morning in 2010, Suffolk County Police Officer John Mallier and his cadaver dog Blue were conducting a routine training exercise along Ocean Parkway on Long Island, New York. The desolate stretch of beach, with its tangled underbrush and windswept dunes, seemed an unlikely place for a grim discovery. But as Blue suddenly became agitated, pulling his handler towards a thick patch of brambles, Officer Mallier knew something was amiss. What Blue had uncovered would set in motion one of the most extensive and perplexing manhunts in New York's history. Partially hidden by the beach grass lay the skeletal remains of a woman wrapped in a burlap sack. This grisly find was just the tip of the iceberg. As investigators combed the area, more bodies emerged from the sandy soil. Within days, the remains of 4 women were discovered, all in various states of decomposition. Each victim shared a common profile. Young women in their 20s or 30s, most of whom had worked as escorts advertising their services on Craigslist. The peaceful beachfront community of Oak Beach was thrust into the national spotlight. Residents who once enjoyed the quiet solitude of their oceanfront homes now found themselves at the center of a gruesome mystery. Who was responsible for these murders? And how long had this killer been operating undetected? As news of the discoveries spread, families of missing women across the state held their breath, wondering if their loved ones might be among the victims. One such family was that of Shannon Gilbert, a 24-year-old escort from Jersey City who had vanished in the area 7 months earlier after making a frantic 911 call. Shannon's disappearance had initially seemed unrelated, but now took on a new, sinister significance. On the night she vanished, Shannon had been seen running from a client's house screaming for help. Her last known words captured on that 911 call were chilling. "They're trying to kill me!" As 2010 drew to a close, the beaches of Long Island had transformed from a serene escape to a landscape of fear. The police were faced with a daunting task: identifying the victims, tracing their final movements, and hunting down a killer who had managed to operate undetected for years. Little did they know that their search was far from over. The quiet shores of Long Island held more secrets, waiting to be uncovered. As the new year dawned, investigators braced themselves for what promised to be a long and harrowing journey into the heart of darkness. As the investigation intensified in 2011, the body count continued to rise. Over the next few months, 6 more sets of remains were discovered along Ocean Parkway, bringing the total to 10. Among them were a toddler and an Asian male, expanding the victim profile and further complicating the case. The discovery that shook investigators the most came in December 2011, when Shannon Gilbert's remains were finally found in a marshy area near Oak Beach. Her death, however, was ruled as accidental drowning, possibly induced by panic and disorientation. This finding cast doubt on her direct connection to the other victims, but the circumstances of her disappearance remained suspicious. As leads poured in, investigators pursued various theories. They examined connections to other unsolved cases, including the eastbound Strangler murders in Atlantic City. They also looked into local residents, including a doctor who was among the last to see Shannon Gilbert alive. One of the most intriguing leads came from analyzing the burlap sacks used to wrap some of the victims. This specific type of burlap was commonly used in potato farming, leading some to speculate that the killer might have connections to Long Island's agricultural community. Despite exhaustive efforts, including the formation of a task force, the use of FBI profilers, and the offer of a $25,000 reward, the Long Island serial killer remained elusive. The case took many twists and turns, including the 2020 release of a piece of evidence: a belt found at one of the crime scenes with the initials WH or HM embossed on it. As of 2024, the case remains unsolved. The killer, dubbed by the media as the Long Island serial killer or the Craigslist Ripper, has never been identified. The investigation continues, with advances in DNA technology offering new hope for breakthroughs. The Long Island serial killer case has left an indelible mark on the community and the victims' families. It serves as a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of even the most picturesque places. As the hunt for the killer goes on, the victims are not forgotten. their stories serving as a call for justice and a warning about the vulnerabilities exploited by those who prey on the marginalized. The beaches of Gilgo and Oak Beach, once known for their natural beauty, now carry the weight of this unsolved mystery. Every wave that crashes on the shore seems to whisper the same question that has haunted investigators and the public for over a decade. Who is the Long Island serial killer, and will they ever be brought to justice? Uncover more chilling mysteries. Subscribe now and dive deeper into the crime vault.